What is up, guys? It's your boy, Rick Kakis, and today we've got some brand spanking new Destiny 2 news, courtesy of the Bungie weekly update that just went live, revealing official information. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, what is going on this week in Destiny 2? Well, really not much. We're kind of in the middle of Festival of the Lost 2022. If you haven't got that Subsistence Incandescent Jurassic Green, you're missing out. Definitely check out the video I did on that. But additionally, really kind of the main concern carrying over from last week is the fact that with the patch that was introduced into the game with the launch of this event, some things went wonky. Like sidearms were buffed like crazy, and then rangefinder was supposed to be nerfed, but it wasn't, and so sidearms with rangefinder are kind of out of control, and the Lorentz driver and the Arbalist are insane because sniper flinch got nerfed, but it didn't get nerfed on these two things. So right now the trials, the top trials weapons are just totally crazy, but something interesting I want to share with you guys is that another content creator, Cool Guy, asked how likely is a PvP only disable for the Arbalist and Lorentz to actually happen, and community manager DMG actually replied to that and said we are not considering disabling those two weapons. Now, he did get roasted for saying we're aware of perceived balance issues. It's like, it's not really perceived, it's basically factual at this point, but I do agree with what he's saying here. Basically, if Bungie actually disabled weapons for just being overpowered, I mean, everyone in the community would be asking for everything they don't like to be disabled all the time. It makes sense to only save disabling for like game-breaking bugs, in my opinion. But in case you're wondering about that, there you have it. But moving on from there to the brand new information within the TWAB, guys, we got some huge news for PvE players starting next season in Season 19. Deep Stone Crypt Raid legendary weapons are gonna be craftable. That's right, you can go into the Deep Stone Crypt, earn red border drops, unlock patterns. There's already the chest at the end where you can spend your spoils of conquest to unlock certain weapons, so all that is going to work exactly the same. But here's the thing, Bungie actually confirms that because right now it's a little bit of an older raid, and when it's the featured raid of the week where you can go in and earn a single pinnacle reward, you can play it multiple times and get loot multiple times, guys. This is going to work for deep sight drops. So next season, you can go in and literally farm a certain encounter over and over and over again to perhaps get the heritage shotgun, which is just insane for efficiency. Like right now, if you go through the King's Fall raid and you don't get the red borders you want, you're kind of screwed. Like, it's just GG, you know what I mean? So it can take forever to unlock this stuff, so it's going to be a lot faster to unlock the red border versions of these weapons next season. And these weapons are fantastic. Like, if you're a newer player who hasn't done Deep Stone Crypt, we have some of the best weapons in the game thanks to the Reconstruction perk. This is going to allow these weapons to, as you can see, reload over time when stowed. So it's kind of like a built-in auto-loading holster, but importantly, it will overflow the magazine. So that means you will have double the normal magazine if it's stowed long enough, which means, yeah, a slug shotgun with 12 rounds, a sniper rifle, an aggressive frame sniper with 10 rounds in the magazine, like beating out other weapons by so much it's not even funny. So I am very excited for this. And guys, they, as you can see, are actually adding new perks to these weapons perk pools, while, according to them, keeping some of their iconic roles available. So they say, we looked for new perks that synergize well with the perks that originated with the Deep Stone Crypt. So Reconstruction, Recombination, and Redirection. So i.e. new perk combinations would look like Reconstruction plus Focus Fury, or Fourth Times the Charm plus Redirection. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So they actually outline here are some of the roles I'm personally looking for as a Bungie dev. So with the Heritage Shotgun, Reconstruction plus Focus Fury, guys, that's nuts. Like right now, the best Heritage roll is reconstruction plus, I think, recombination, and that's just kind of all right. Focus Fury is going to be a huge increase in power from that. Then for the Posterity Hand Cannon, Volt Shot plus Rampage. So we can Volt Shot and Rampage in the same roll, and for the trusty Scout Rifle, Rapid Hit plus Incandescent. Oh my goodness, guys, this is going to be absolutely insane starting next season. Alright, but moving on from there, speaking of crafting, it's not all roses and happiness because there's a lot of problems with the crafting system. A lot of players have started to make complaints about the fact that, you know, it kind of feels bad now in a lot of activities where if you're trying to go for crafted weapons, everything that doesn't have a red border, you just instantly delete. Like the days of going for those exciting god rolls are kind of over. You're just grinding until you get your 5 out of 5 complete, and then you just craft the perfect roll. So, to address some of these things, here's what Bungie has outlined as problems. So, they say, deep sight weapons are far too common, which leads to some confusion over their value and vault stress. So they say to a new player it can be difficult to understand which weapons are actually craftable. Then deep sight weapons must be equipped for full currency extraction, causing friction with loadouts. The goal was so that the player would try out weapons they normally wouldn't and make the currency feel earned, but it has some issues. Then farming an encounter like Shirochi is a very efficient method for leveling, but it's super boring for pretty much everyone. And then, as mentioned in our sandbox Q&A, the crafted base raid weapons outclass the adept raid weapon rewards. So here's what they're going to do to address these points, or here's their goals to address these points. So they're going to reduce the deep sight weapon hoarding by introducing alternate ways to earn deep sight currencies. Great. They're going to reduce the bad luck in weapon recipe unlocking, so provide opportunities within the crafting system to allow users to deterministically choose what weapon to target. And then they're going to reduce loadout stress by reducing player incentives to equip suboptimal deep sight or crafted weapons. And then the goal to improve the value of weapon rewards from Master Raid content. What they're going to do is they're going to give Lightfall Raid adept weapons access to enhanced perks. So it's not going to be full crafting, but they're going to be adept and have enhanced perks, making them better than their normal versions non-adept. They also say in the near term, we want to give players a heads up, starting with Lightfall, weapons that can't be crafted will no longer drop with deep sight to reduce that kind of new player confusion. But they also say players who currently have these weapons in their inventory should complete their deep sight objectives and extract the elements before February 28th, the Lightfall release day, to avoid the loss of resonant elements. So make sure you do that. Moving on from there, we have a quick Stadia announcement. Stadia is shutting down, and Bungie had a little bit of a deal with Stadia, so a lot of players play Destiny 2 on Stadia, and they say, importantly guys, at this time, all players who have their main characters on Stadia should set up cross-save with another platform so they don't lose access to their characters on January 18th. Also, once you do set up the cross save, you should not deactivate it for any reason, or you will completely lose your characters. So make sure to set that up if you are a Stadia player. Next up, guys, Bungie Bounties are returning, where you can match Bungie employees and earn this exclusive and elusive emblem. It's going to start on November 1st, so here is kind of the timeline of when certain employees are playing, what their player ID is, where you can find them to potentially earn this emblem. So this is, again, November 1st. Then, guys, this is November 2nd. And then this is November 3rd. So obviously just pause or, screen grab or whatever you guys want to do to get that information if you're interested. Moving on from there, Prime Gaming is going to be back here with some new rewards for the month. So we have the Concentric Dawn Exotic Sparrow, the Woomera B5 Exotic Ship, the Adonis Exotic Ghost, and the Dual Legendary Emote. And guys, that's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus, that's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.